I just want to imagine something right now because I think this does come back to wiring, right? So if those two guys were standing there and they were said, hey, can you help our town with water? One of those guys made a decision, I'll get buckets.
Exactly.
Like his wiring went off and that was there. The other guy went, I'm going to build a pump station and an irrigation system to make that so.
Yep.
Like that was his wiring. So if I look at you right now, Grant, and I say like, Grant, make me a logo. Right? Did your mind fire in the idea like you're maybe opening Canva and making a logo yourself?
Hells no.
Or did you go, hey, wait, no, there's someone on my team that can do that. I'm going to ping them on Slack and go, make Charlie a logo, damn it.
I wasn't even going to do that. I'd be like, Charlie, just ping Lee.
Yeah, so you're even going to outsource tasking
I was going to get you to do the thing.
But that's what I mean. Like if your wiring is set up where whenever you try to strive and achieve more, right? And the wiring in you is that I'm going to grab those buckets and run harder, then fundamentally you've got a huge business. You're just going to continually rub up the limit of time.
Totally.
Like the great equalizer. I love it so much. Like it is the purest game and sport that exists in business. Time management, we all get the same.
Humbling. So humbling.
Oh, there's probably someone out there that has some sort of sleep disorder where they sleep like 12 hours a day. It's like, I don't get the same time as you guys. So we'll take that person out.
If
but
you're an outlier.
in general.
I feel, yes. Agree.
All right. Do you feel there's any other like major things that just I suppose like common ideas of time management that are perceivably things people do but just don't work?
Okay, I'll start off with this one: the hustle harder. Dude, you know how many co-working spaces and service offices in Melbourne I have walked into, and it's got like a neon sign: "Hustle harder, grind. We're here to grind." Like, and I'm like, really? As like business owners, like, are you sure that we should actually be grinding this hard? I think it's actually puts people into a false fallacy. And I know we don't like to shit on Gary Vee, but I think the downside is that he's overpopularized the need to hustle at some point, but then moving from that and actually going, maybe you should spend some time thinking about the most important point. Maybe you should think about how to get better leverage. Maybe you should think about everything else as opposed to just doing the thing and pinging people and doing all that.
I think this drills into the point further is like it's a badge of honor.
Totally.
If you're at the co-working and like, you're there early, putting in the hours, you're like, yeah, I'm doing the hard work. Like it's almost like celebrated in the culture of business owners in general. Like it's a badge of honor. You get praise for it. Other people around you go, you working hard. It's nice to see you putting in.
And your wife at home celebrates. My husband's out there building his business.
Mine definitely doesn't. She didn't celebrate that at all. But maybe some of the wives out there would.
Totally.
But it's disjointed. Like the amount of time you actually spend working on your business and the money you make aren't connected.
Not at all. I still remember I was doing 80, 100-hour weeks. It was before I turned 30. And I was speaking at an SEO seminar. And I was talking about people and how they can actually manage time better. And it was about entrepreneurship as well. And I remember a year later, me looking back at those times, and I'm like, what was I doing? And literally, I was just executing anything that walked. Like anything that walked, I had to execute it. I had a team of like 20 people, Charlie. And I'm like, if at that time I just took 10 of those 100 hours or 8 of those 80 hours and put them towards like thinking about what I'm actually working on or evaluating if I needed to do everything, because I'm sure there were some of those things that got done that had zero value to that business. I'm like, and so when I think through this, I'm like, this idea of hustle, yes, there is a component of it, but there's a percentage of what you need to do, which is stop, evaluate, think, strategize, and just like get off the tools. And that is the actual value that business owners need to put back into their business as opposed to just burning through a to-do list.
I'll tell you another one I've seen. I wonder how you feel about this one. I think many business owners out there are actually incredibly challenged by giving up control of things and also have poor management skills. So when they bring team on to help them, what they end up doing is like kind of micromanaging them and then kind of making sure that they don't give them the ability to be responsible for things. And that just ends up a time suck as well. So they end up like they're almost like checking in with each employee every day. Like everything has to go through them to be complete, and like it just ends up a huge time suck.
Yeah. I was I had a third one to pivot on this one. And this one's deep, so bear with me on this one.
Lay it down.
What if, and I say this as a what if when in actual fact this is my personal feeling, so I'm trying not to like walk all over myself, so I keep smiling. What if a lot of business owners like the idea of execution because they're worried that if they actually focused on something better, like building partnerships, selling more, bringing more clients on, etc., it's going to create work which actually might find out that they can't do the thing they're trying to sell?
We are going deep.
Because
I'm gonna put it out there. Fundamentally, I think time management comes back to your wiring and beliefs. I really do.
Yeah.
And you just hit on this point again, and we've already touched on it a few other times here, where it's like in the example you've just mentioned, if you don't believe your staff can do the job without you, well, then you're going to get involved. If you believe they can do it better than you, you're not going to get involved. So your belief matters there. But to go further than that, if you don't believe you can create highly fruitful partnerships, well, then you're not going to do it. If you don't believe you can go out there and sell or market your business better, you're not going to do it. So this whole belief paradox becomes into it.
Yep.
And if you believe that the only way your business can be better is if you put in more hours, well, guess what you're going to do?
Put in more hours. Even one step further, like if you believe, like if you have no belief that the product or service that you're selling will actually provide the solution to the problem that someone's paying you for, then you're never going to sell it, which means it's actually better to not put it out there and just to tweak the product, Charlie, perfect it, because then no one has to shit on it. No one has to tell you, hey, I didn't actually get what I'm paying you for.
Huge, absolutely huge.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.